I'm going to take a quick look at the camera application on the G1. Start the camera by long pressing the shutter button. It reminds you to press the shutter button. No guides for focusing, you just point it, press the button halfway, and when that little green indicator comes up followed by the beep, then you know you can take the photo. At which point you can email it to somebody, delete it, set it as a wallpaper, or just save it. In terms of settings, there's virtually nothing on the camera. Very little you can do. There's no white balance settings, no frames, no effects, nothing like that at all. This is a bare bones camera. There's not even video recording capability. Can get to the photos pretty easily though. If we look at a couple of the photos we've shot, it's easy to see that the camera does support auto rotation. This picture is framed vertically, this one horizontally. The zoom uses the same on-screen control as the web browser, which we'll show you a little bit later. Use your fingers for panning. Camera's a little slow in low light, so it's hard to get a decent photo at times, such in a situation like this one here. If you're really steady, it'll work, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be too blurry to use. Next up is the music player. It's an MTP compatible music player, meaning you can sync with Windows Media Player, Winamp, or anything like that. I have found that the album art does not synchronize correctly though. Very easy to use. Hit the menu button and go back to the library while playback continues. Or you can always go elsewhere in the phone. The web browser is one of the more compelling applications on the G1. It uses a WebKit-based browser just like you see for Safari on the iPhone or the S60 browser. Hit the menu key, bring up your menu. Go to the bookmarks. We'll pick Mobile Burn. Now we're on a Wi-Fi connection right now, so it's a little faster than the 3G or Edge networks would be. And it is true to form, and as such, the advertisement comes up. It is a real browser. It's just like being on a PC, except the zooming and the screen size is a little bit different. In fact, zooming is one of the problems on the display. Unlike the HTC Touch Diamond and Apple's iPhone, where you can just double tap to zoom, the G1's browser requires something a little more complex. You have to first touch the screen to activate the on-screen controls, and then you repeatedly press. It's a little bit intelligent in trying to zoom to reasonable levels where you could read columns, but it's less than perfect. It's definitely not as good as some of the other browsers we've seen. Naturally, it works in landscape mode if you open up the device. Tapping's not too difficult, in spite of the small link sizes at times. And again, you have to resume when you get to the next page. It's a bit cumbersome to use, but the rendering is darn near perfect.